Hello and thank you for watching my video. This is one of the dungeon runs in the series, looking at the dungeons that are used particularly quite frequently in Guild Wars 2 for 2015. So this is Dungeon Sorrows Embrace, and this is Path 3. Currently we're actually, again it's a pug group, we're just missing an extra person. And you can see here as an elementist, I'm trying to destroy the barricade. And thus getting targeted by a lot. Oh, terrifically start. What a start to this dungeon. I am on a Zerka early build, and I have very little health, and you'll see that throughout this dungeon run. What will happen, as you'll see here, it's a lot of running through, but 3 elites, Dredge, have managed to sort of, they will keep chasing you. So what you want to do, you want to come around to this point here and stack up. And they will be launching grenades, so as you can see here, they do cause significant damage, but if you can stack up, you can concentrate them, and for a lot of AoE damage that we can give, they're pretty easy to nuke down. You can see the fire that they do lasts an incredible long time. That's why I need to switch and do a lot of condi removal. So we've got our 5th player, Necromancer. Again, if you look at our party, we've got 1 Thief, Warrior, Guardian, Necro, and an Elementalist. A fairly mixed bag. So you can see we're actually stacking at this point here. We'll get a couple of Dredge that come over, we'll take them out fairly easily, and then the boss comes over. Now I will warn you, this does not end well. If you notice now, you especially look at the party on the left hand side, the bleeds that this boss does are absolutely such a killer in this fight. I mean, look. 24 stacks of bleeds. Unless you've got a party, I mean, we didn't have condi removal, I mean, and we started without our 5th party member, and you know, I could have cut this out, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to show you guys that this boss, this is the main thing that with this boss, it's the conditions that he does on your party. All these bleeds, he does 5 stack of bleeds every time, and it is absolutely destroys most of your sort of party. And you can see here, we do actually, unfortunately we get him close, but I mean, with the Necromancer suffering a full stack of bleeds, for anybody that's going to be tough. So I'll cut it back, and we'll be, I mean, we came close, but I'll cut it back in, and we start off again. He does this charge when you come around for a second time, where he does a one-shot. He does so much damage on this charge. But as you can see, he's doing stacks of bleeds. This time we've got a bit more condition removal, and we are, you know, sort of, I'm making sure that we've cleansed a lot more. We've got our Guardian, who's got more conditions removal on there, and he's a lot easier to take down. I mean, the damage that he does aside from that is pretty negligible, and you want to get him down with a lot of condi removal, really. And we're staying in this position because, as you can see by that speech bubble, we've got some more Dredge coming up, and they're very easy. Again, if you stack here, just stay where you are. They will do a lot of condition damage, but we're taking them down extremely easily. We've got one of the Dredge has just moved out of view, so we're going to have to take him down separately, but he's not too much bother. So there we go, and we'll pick up the chest. Now the next part, a lot of you will be surprised that we don't actually follow the correct route. I'm surprised that they haven't fixed this, but this is the shortcut. So we jump down, and the idea is you have to run past these spiders and break down the wall. So here we go, we're running past the spiders. I am suffering a little bit of lag at times during this run, but yeah, we punch through, and we've got a champion ahead we ignore. And you want to run through, turn to the left, as you can see what we're doing now, walk along the ledge, just drop down one, and then you want to drop down to the next one, and be careful, and then drop down again. A lot of people can die by dropping straight all the way down because of the falling damage. You want to drop in a staggered formation, and you'll see me here do something really accidental here. I didn't mean to do this. I actually pressed the wrong button and double tapped. So I ended up almost dying. Fortunately, I landed in an incredibly safe spot. So we get back up, and we have another boss. And this boss will inflict a pretty unique mechanic where everybody will have burning rings around them. And I moved back because it's better for me. But if you're crossing the rings, if your rings cross over, you can cleanse them by going through the water spouts, But if you're standing crossing your rings, you will inflict burning on your party members, and you know, you'll give them more sort of firing. See, I haven't got any firing around me. As we go back, and then I will, because my party member hit me with a fire, part of his firing, I now get that firing as well. So they can be pretty dangerous, but as long as, you know, they wear out after you kill the boss. And then we get the boring part and the pretty sort of dire part of this video, where we have to take out the Dredge transport. And so what everyone does is, as you can see where I'm going here, I'm moving up, and then we come down here, we just drop down slightly, and we start firing at the transport. Oh, the Dredge carrier, sorry. And, you know, we don't fight them because they're all elites, and they respawn, and it's extremely hard fighting to go. You know, elites you want to take in this dungeon level with a 5-man party, you need to take on in a stack, and if you've got in this position, you know, it's very difficult to stack. If you've got you know, you can do it, but if you need a bit of more of a tankier party. In our party, we've only got a warrior and a guardian. The other 3 are all relatively squishy, so it is going to be boring, and I am going to fast forward this part of the video. Okay, so we've destroyed the carrier, and we collect the chest and move on. This is a bit of a dangerous bit. I think I'm going to get knocked down because they've knocked me down, so I haven't managed to pop my speed boost, and that fire just was so damaging. So I popped my mist form, and my party guy ran off without rezzing me, but that's fair enough because we're getting a lot of AoE damage. So I'm going to die. They're going to wait for the enemy to move, get out of combat, and then they'll res me. So I've just cut that in, the fact that they res me. And now we get 2 bosses. So we stack here just behind the door here. And this is relatively easy bosses to take out. Nothing special here. Just as long as you've got plenty of DPS, you know, there's no issues. You know, I've got my ice bow. I freeze one of them. You know, if the freezing actually really does help because it gives it a couple of seconds relief while you know, they can't attack, and you can pop all your skills, and then they're melting pretty quickly. You know, there's nothing special or unique about these bosses. It's just a nice, you know, you've got 2 bosses as long as you stack in the right place. You know, if you look at the health bar, I'm the one that's getting targeted because I'm causing the most amount of damage here. And there we go, so that's 1 down, and that's the second one gone as well. And then what we do, we run and we get behind the second door, and what you'll notice is here it opens up. Here we go. And we stack here because we'll get some elites and a general, and we'll pull them over. I think one of them does AoE attack. But here we go, so we are now causing a lot of damage. We've got this general guy that we're trying to take out as well, and yeah, it's relatively straightforward. It is a bit of a tricky fight because there are a few conditions. I mean, you see there, bam, I got taken out there. I wanted to know what the hell that was. I got done, it was obliteration. I got almost 6,000 damage, and then he hit me again for almost 3,000 damage, so that's why I went, I lost all my health there. So he does hit pretty hard on squishy players, but all the rest of my party are having no problems. And you will see that Destroyer here, that's the one we face at the end, the Destroyer of Worlds. And we stack up in this position here. One of our party guys is pulling them over, and we're getting the might stacks, and we begin the attack. He does have a few little damages. I've left the damage log to indicate what he actually has as his damage. His main one, he has slash, which obviously is hitting me for almost 4,000 damage. But again, look, he hits me for 2,000 using Geyser. He knocks you back with a shrapnel grenade. But other than that, there's nothing else he's really hitting me with. I've had to switch achievements. He spawns a couple of allies. The Destroyer of Earth's come out. But you can see the critical damage that we're doing here. Again, he hits the slash for almost 4,000 damage. So he does have a few strong hits, but the majority it's really easy to telegraph. The Guardian's gone down, but we're just taking it easy. This isn't a pro run, this is a pug run. You've already seen that, and it's relatively straightforward. I think SE, this path 3 here, you know, path 1 is one of the quicker ones in the game. Path 3 can't, because of the Dredge carrier. You do have a lot more bosses, I think, in this run. They're more spread out. If you remember back in path 1, if you've watched that video, you have 3 bosses pretty much together. But yeah, here it's relatively quick and straightforward. I hope this has been useful for you guys. And yeah, I hope the places I've shown you have worked well for you. So thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.